merry meet and fare thee well. Settle in for a story with me, Astin Gaël. Thank you so much for being here today. This is your every other day collective message for June the 26th. Happy Friday. What's the weather like where you're at? I'm sitting here in the studio on Thursday, the 25th, and I'm looking out my front door here, and there is a huge storm cloud to the left of the door and blue sky to the right of the door. There's quite a bit of breeze coming in. I may have to get up and close the door so we don't go chasing after our tarot cards. But this has been happening every afternoon around this time, really, for the last few days. Now, it doesn't rain every time. It looks like it's gonna rain. It feels like it's gonna rain. But it hasn't really been letting loose of actual rain. Now, I say that because I have officially been in New Mexico. We're heading into July for 5 years. Holy shit. Like, where does time even go? Because it does not feel like 5 years. It just does not. When I first arrived, I arrived in the month of July, and I got to experience monsoon season. My perspective was that it was monsoon season. If you don't know what monsoon season is, it is this time in the year during the summer where around 2 or 3, sometimes as late as 4 o'clock in the afternoon, a storm will hit, and it's just over, and it's incredibly cooling. It takes the peak heat down by about 10 to 15 degrees, and it moisturizes the land. Obviously this is the desert, so only so much moisture possible. But I keep thinking that this might be a sign that we could potentially have monsoon season this year. It's like I arrived and I experienced what I thought was monsoon season. People around me have informed me that no, it's been gone for a long time, like 20 years. That it used to be, much more epic and much more predictable as far as when it started in the year and what time it started during the day. I don't know. Maybe today's story is gonna include some talk about climate change. It's not a subject I study a whole lot, but it is a subject that seems to be out there. I am heavily burdened reading about the UK and their heat wave. I read a story this morning about a person's dog that died in 2022. So, my condolences to anybody who is suffering right now because of just heat. It's an uncomfortable energy. Okay, I'm not even gonna tell you how many days you have left to grab a free reading, because you know that the month of June is basically over. But if you are a part of the LGBTQI community and you have yet to get with me to get your free reading, do that now. Or forever hold your peace. Anything else that you could possibly need to know is in the description box down below, including how you can support the channel. And I would greatly appreciate any sort of support that you would like to send. The way that you can support the channel absolutely for free is by giving this video a like and subscribing. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on an upload. And drop a comment down below. Say hello. Okay? Last token of business. I am filming today the last videos for the month of June. I have already mentioned it in the community posts, but I will not be doing readings for the month of July, definitely into August, most likely into September. You know, I am conceiving a novel right now. So this takes a lot more focus than what I have while I'm fitting this into my schedule. I like to compare my life to a juggling act, and you know, jugglers, even the most professional ones, can only handle as much as they can handle, you know. You can only have so many balls up in the air at once. I will not leave you hanging. I intend to keep in touch via the community posts. I'll be doing a series of detailed descriptions of my brand new deck of cards, and I think I will also post excerpts from this so that when we return, we can move on to a different form of mancy. Divination, a different form of divination. So, on that note, we are reading an excerpt every day from What There Is to Love About a Man to highlight aspects of healthy masculinity. We then try to create the short story around the theme of that excerpt. And today's theme is passion. How we are ignited by a man's passion. It roars through him red hot from the base of his spine until he can contain it no more. Then how he lives, how he throbs with aliveness, how he picks up his paintbrush and covers canvas after canvas, how he wraps himself up around his cello and strokes his way to ecstasy, how he writes page after page with pencil or with crown, on paper or on the walls if he must. His passion propels him into action with an urgency he cannot deny. He will move mountains on behalf of the children. He will knock on every door to make a clarion call for peace. He will go without sleep for days on end to follow the path of his passion. He will embrace his gods with a newfound fervor and embrace his beloved with a newly lit fire. He is madly in love and with life. Truly smitten is he. He's afire with passion. Well, I hope that me talking about climate change and then mentioning a fire with passion does not mean that there are fires to come. And I think that's why I'm like, maybe there's a monsoon coming, this year. Maybe that fear that I have that New Mexico, California, Colorado, like these places that are, at risk of catching on fire this year do not. Um, yeah, let's not try to channel anything like that, but um, that's what I keep wanting to talk about. So it is what it is, right? Obviously, I'm still very, very attached to this Viking deck. Um, since we're gonna be looking at it card by card for the month of July and August and such, I brought my charms because it's been a while since we've tossed charms. So, passion. Passion. Hell yeah. That was a good toss. Okay. So right off the bat, we have the amethyst stone fell right next to this deck, this card, the cat lady, which is the strength card in the Rider-Waite deck. Interestingly enough, my passion was ignited today by starting a strength training journey, goal. I'm not really for sure what to call it, but I am moving out of using just my body weight to work out, and I've added dumbbells into my studio. And I'm taking this particular note as an affirmation that, I am protected while I do this. I have the knowledge to keep myself safe, to not, pull a joint or, I don't know, drop a dumbbell on my foot. Like, I'm protected in this pursuit. So extending that message outside of myself, because this is not for me. If you are pursuing something that takes strength, something that takes, okay, also, Halsey's Control was on just before I started these readings. And I could feel myself, like, while I was, like, rubbing my head listening to it, I was remembering a time where the psychosis was psychosising. And it was causing these, I don't want to call them headaches because they were like episodes. It was like this up my spine, up my nervous system, all around my cranium would like pain, and then it would lock. Like it was like frozen. Okay. Spiritual psychosis, I was certain that I was under, I was under attack, that there was somebody sending me demons. psychological psychosis, I was certain that it was one of the me's, a member of our system that was, I don't know, fucking non-human, because we do have non-human alters. I thought it was me attacking me, and rational me, like, absolutely. I'm coming at this with the knowledge that I've developed. I'm not in a state of psychosis, sees that, it, yes, all of the above. It could have been a number of things. Now that has not happened to this body, to our system, for quite some time. And I attribute it to the strength training. I attribute it to the transition being further along the line. I attribute it to this, to you guys, to having an outlet. Yeah, so the color purple is also coming through as significant. I don't know, maybe we're winding down June, and there's so much, like, strength in the month of Pride. There's so much more. I don't know, it's easier to believe that people care about the LGBTQIA community during this month. And then it's like, yeah, we get into July and it's July 4th, and now all of a sudden we care about the country that is taking away those people's rights that we just celebrated. Uh, that's weird. That's suspicious. Shout out Cardi B. Uh, yeah. Okay. We've rambled on too long about protection over your strength, but there's a protection around your strength right now. Okay, next thing that's sticking out is this crossroads rune that's right by my feet, and the dice that landed on 412 or 214. Now, I'm taking this as a journey. I don't think you're going on foot, but you are headed somewhere, and it might be area code 214 or area code 412. So take that as it resonates. Okay, and so that journey is due to a major life decision that you have made, or you will be making a major life decision once you arrive. All right. In the subconscious, in the soul, there is karmic retribution as it relates to a harvest, not a harvest of plants, reaping the rewards for efforts exerted. Apollo is coming through here. You might be a musician, very specifically singing. So, I don't know if you are a musician and, maybe you had already started to hit it big, right? But somebody was pushing you towards a decision that wasn't actually in your best interest. It was going to help this person move forward, or it was going to help them, because they just got to be seen with you. Um, there's some kind of a thing about. I just watched 8 Mile, and the friend that was trying to get Jimmy in the story, Eminem, to stay kind of small, right? Like, he was like, you should lead rap battles with me here at this club. And Jimmy is like, I'm cut out for more than that, man, right? But then you've got the other friend that's like, I'm gonna introduce you to this guy, and I'm gonna take you to this guy, and blah 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 blah, studio time. Okay, but like, he's all talk. He's all talk. He barely knows any of these guys, and also he's riding your coattails. Also, he's fucking yo girl. Like, um yeah, it's that energy. It's like, I mean, and obviously we know that 8 Mile was supposed to be like Eminem's origin story, loosely. Um, Karmic retribution, we did not get to see. We did not get to see Jimmy arise, ascend. But the minute at the end of the movie when he turns around and walks away after telling, homeboy over here, like, no, I don't want to lead rap battles with you for the rest of my life. And he looks at the other guy and is like, fuck you, man. And he goes back to work at a factory, right? Because he's not where he's gonna be, but he knows that the journey has only just begun. Okay? So maybe you had to walk away from somebody's, multiple people, and you've been going at it by yourself. And you've been wondering, like, am I ever gonna get my comeuppance? Like, is this ever coming to me? It is. It is. Um, and I think there's a part of your subconscious that knows that. I don't think you're supposed to focus on it. I think maybe it's supposed to remain in the subconscious right now, because you need to be focusing on cutting out things that attract anxiety and attachment. Attachment to an outcome, attachment to material things, attachment to ego, your own ego. I have been self-reflecting today, actually, on my ego, and how I think I've been harming myself and my relationship. Um, my ego has a tendency to just talk, talk. I'm a talker. I'm a chatter. Um, and I enjoy it so much that I fail to see that the other person has lost the enjoyment. They're no longer a part of this conversation. I could be talking to me, and um it would probably be more enjoyable for everybody. So I'm talking to me right now. I'm talking to me right now. I need to be focused on cutting attachment. Cutting attachment. Okay. Shit. There's somebody from the past trying to inch their way into your present, into, like, they want to materialize. Just, I'm getting images of, like, somebody, what's that, like a singing telegram? Like, they want to just, like, show up on your porch with balloons. um, there was a connection there at one time. I don't think that the connection is still there. Uh, this was a deep connection. Like, this is Venus Mars energy. Your Venus complements their Mars. Their Mars complements your Venus, fucking vice versa, right? Like, your masculine energy liked their feminine energy. Their feminine energy liked your masculine energy. And it was good, it was good. I don't know. This could be a Libra, Taurus, or an Aries. Look, this isn't a connection anymore. This is somebody from the past. They're trying to make their way into your present, and they are unhinged. Okay, that's why I'm like, just showing up on somebody's doorstep with like a thing of balloons and a song after 5 years, 3 years, 10 years, like, yeah, buddy, that's unhinged. Okay, that's not normal behavior. But take that. Take that for what you want to take that for. Now, in the future, I'm also seeing a romantic type of connection, and this one, I mean, this is like, ding, 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 wedding bells. I been married once to a man, been married once to a woman. I don't want to get married again, I guess I could, do a trifecta and marry somebody who identifies as non-binary, but uh, no need. No need. I get the gist of this. Uh, but in the future, there is somebody, I mean, they're gonna show up in the real world too. This is not a this is not a 5D relationship. I don't use those words. So this person might be someone that's into the esoteric. But yeah, Uh, all right. I wanna know more because there's not a charm nearby this one. Um, what is this person gonna show up with on their mind? Like, what are they thinking? Who are they? Oh, hell yeah. I don't know if anybody else really fell in love with Karuk. I'm not sure how to say their name on TikTok, but hell, I'll put the link to the song in the description box for you guys because it was just such a cute song. But they went viral for "If I Were a Rock, You Would Pick Me Up and Say That's a Nice Rock, Skippiest on the lake, plop plop plop, I'm the perfect shape." The song is "If I Were a Fish," and it's just a cute little song, and they're singing it like on their couch with their lover, and it's just really cute energy. So, um, yeah, maybe this person that's coming in is, it's like it's that real cute energy. Like, in polyamory, we refer to it as NRE, new relationship energy. It fizzles out, hopefully, over time. You don't want to be stuck in that flirtatious energy, but it's nice, right? It kind of revives the cups energy, you know? It's nice to flirt. Um, okay. Yes, 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 yes. But I was also getting that this person is like they're knowledgeable about like, the spiritual aspects of things. So like while there might be a little bit of like he hoo hoo is not going to be all of that. Cuz the thing about that kind of energy is it really does kind of lead you down paths of destruction, right? Like you're taking 3 days off in a row from work, 33 on the timer, as I said, 3 days off, proving that I know what I'm talking about, okay? I've been married twice. I know this. I know that, you know, you abandon all rational thinking at the beginning of relationships unless both of you are tempered. That's hard to see because it's in yellow, but it's temperance. And it says the definition of temperance: abstinence from alcoholic drink. We're not just talking about alcohol here, though. We're talking about temperance in the way that we eat, temperance in the way that we behave. And that leads us to the quality of moderation or self restraint. So, yeah, this person is going to be able to restrain themselves from like smothering, you know? And that is perfect to end with this little I don't know, prayer. Yeah, prayer. Um I call back my energy. You used my kind heart against me. You abused the power I gave you. You hurt me after promising to protect me. I call back my energy. You wanted my favor. You did not want me. You don't like me because you don't like you. I call back my energy. I need not have friends. I am my own best friend. I protect myself. I love myself. I call back my energy. Um, Unlike the karmic retribution we've got lingering over here, that's, still in your present energy, because it's like the past keeps trying to catch up with you. It keeps trying to move itself out of the past and further into your present. Your boundaries are at a point where you're like, no, when I cross over, my mat has 3 sections: past, present, and future. So I'm like talking down here and you can't see it, but when you move from the present section into the future, those people that keep trying to inch their way in, it's like there's a boundary here. Because who you are today said, fucking stop. No more. You can't follow me anymore. I can't give to you anymore, and I'm certainly not walking back. I'm not going backwards. I don't live there anymore. Okay, this message has gotten a little bit long. So, let's end it here with the final things. In the future, round about the same time that this person enters in, there's going to be something in your subconscious that's, I want to say, almost like eclipse energy. So the next eclipse could be significant. Maybe that's the time that this person arrives. But there's something in your subconscious that is going to be similar to an eclipse. It's like things that normally would be very exposed for you are going to be kind of hidden. And I'm seeing that it's got something to do with like star power. I keep using this word in these readings lately, and it's not a word I would normally say, but star power, it makes me think of like Sailor Moon. When she's like got her little wand. Yeah, there's like I don't know, maybe a dark night of the soul happening to your star, your that essence that's like perpetually online, or uh constantly out at the club, like the part of you that enjoys being seen is going to be taking a seat, like they're going to be taking a step back. So okay, and then we literally go back to the essence of strength. I mean, I have that written down about the sun rune here. Uh, I just have the word strength. So we're ending on the exact same, and passion is also written down here. We're ending the story with a reference back to the theme, and that never happens. So this is a once in a lifetime reading. This will never happen again. Whatever this passion project is, not this other relationship that's coming in. I'm talking about whatever you are doing right now that is igniting your inner fire. It is so protected, and it is so coveted is the word for it. Like, not just this person that's coming in to like potentially woo you, but other people are coveting this passion of yours. So maybe that's why your star power is going to need to take a break. You know, like a social media hiatus starting around the next eclipse. That is all I have for you today. Until next time, be well, be you.